we are not equal. We've all encountered this phrase at some point. In the books we read, in the films we watch. We observe an implicit attempt to reinforce the idea that people cannot be treated equally. We often find ourselves in a state of uncertainty where we ask ourselves whether to believe and operate within the confines of this uncomfortable truth. Sometimes, we embrace this controversial phrase, arguing that treating everyone equally means ignoring their differences, since some people do certain things better than others. But then, we retract and denounce this phrase when things don't appear to serve our interests. We end up entrapped in a cycle of hypocrisy and control. Double standards have existed since time immemorial. Traditionally, men and women were subjected to different rules that shaped the family structure and guided sexual behavior. For instance, a man was regarded as the family provider, tasked with earning income and ensuring the financial stability of the household. Women, on the other hand, were seen as caretakers, who were responsible for managing domestic duties and nurturing children. These traditional roles continue to shape public perception on gender in the modern society. In many cases, they create an imbalance in respect and responsibility. How do we maneuver in a world where it is clear to us that we are not equal? Should we just sit and embrace the Stoic mindset of amor fati, hoping that the universe will be good to us? If that was the case, then we wouldn't have known about the 20th century feminist philosophers, theorists, and artists like Judith Butler and Cindy Sherman, who refused to accept the world as it was. Instead, they challenged deeply ingrained social norms that defined and limited individuals based on gender. The pervasive nature of double standards shapes the politics of representation, influencing friendships, romantic relationships, governance, and workplace dynamics. In friendships, we encounter situations where mutual support and respect are unevenly distributed. Our friends feel entitled to favors and readily accept our efforts, but disappear or make excuses when we are in need of their support. In worse circumstances, such friends take offense when we decline their requests, yet they expect us to be understanding when they decline our requests. This makes us question whether our friends are more special than us. Sometimes, it is the people we are in love with who reinforce double standards. Consider a situation in which your romantic partner flirts or cheats on you, expecting forgiveness, yet is deeply offended if you do the same. They tend to downplay the seriousness of their actions using phrases like, "It didn't mean anything," or "You weren't giving me enough attention," or "I was drunk." In these scenarios, they over-justify their behavior, creating narratives that compel you to question your worth or blame yourself for not being a better partner. Psychologists may argue that this double standard is based on the fear of retribution, whereby your partner is afraid of receiving the same kind of treatment they accorded you, since they are aware of its potential consequences. Hence, they may not allow you to do what they already know would hurt them. Our parents also battle this fear of retribution, and this is evident in how they advise us. They counsel us on the types of partners to marry or avoid. They restrict our activities or set strict rules about dating and socializing. While their guidance may sometimes feel controlling or suffocating, it likely stems from a desire to shield us from the heartbreaks, disappointments, and regrets that they endured. In this case, the double standards reinforced by our parents serve as a guiding light for us, reflecting their wish for us to navigate life with fewer regrets than they did. We may be tempted to attribute the common conflicts between mothers-in-law and their daughters-in-law to the fear of retribution. We may argue that a mother-in-law who during her youth was possessive of her husband and usually demanded more attention is afraid that her daughter-in-law may do the same. Hence, she is afraid of being subjected to the same fate that she had subjected her mother-in-law during her youth. This is the danger of double standards. It distorts our ability to assess situations fairly, leading to biased judgments and unjust reprimands, even against those acting rightly. The problem of failing to treat people equally is that it perpetuates serious societal issues such as violence. A society that ties a man's value to his financial status tends to promote a culture that commodifies women. This reduces women to objects that need to be earned or traded in exchange for wealth or resources. For example, in environments where men are pressured to prove their worth through material success, they may begin to view relationships as transactions. This commodification fosters entitlement, whereby financially stable men may believe they own their partners, which justifies controlling or abusive behaviors. While embracing the Stoic mindset of amor fati, we must pause and consider a moment of self-reflection. Does the personal solace we gain from accepting the status quo give us true happiness? We must also ask ourselves, how frequently do we demand fairness, while unconsciously perpetuating bias? Acknowledging our own double standards is uncomfortable, but it is the first step toward change. By examining our actions and beliefs, we gain the clarity to challenge hypocrisy, not just in society, but within ourselves.